Hi everyone, my name is Jessie. Thank you so much for checking out my YouTube channel today. I post content that gives you a glimpse into my journey towards living a fit, fun, and financially free life. So if that is the type of content you are interested in, I really hope you will consider subscribing to my channel and stick around. Today, I am really excited to share with you how I have finally started to burn body fat after having a baby. And I am not cutting calories and I'm not adding hours and hours of cardio. So if you're interested to see what I'm learning, then please keep on watching. I recently had a baby and I have been determined to lose this baby fat. But not only am I determined to lose the baby fat from my most recent baby, I am determined to lose the baby fat that I gained from my first baby. That was over 5 years ago. Baby weight, for whatever reason, has just been really hard for me to lose. So I have tried the classic things that used to work. And I used to cut my calories. I used to up my cardio. And then what would happen is that I would eat a cookie or drink a beer and then I'd gain all my weight back. So this time I decided that something had to change. I needed a more livable way to live that healthy lifestyle that I've been trying to achieve since I was in my 20s. And I cut my calories down to below 1,500. And when the scale moved, but I noticed my waist measurements weren't changing, I started to get concerned and I went and got an official body fat scan. It was an in-body scan at one of the local nutrition shops and realized not only was I not making any improvements, but not only was I not losing body fat, I was losing muscle. So I decided there has to be a better way. While I was at work, I was listening to my new favorite podcast, which is MindPump. I've been listening to these guys pretty much since right after I had my baby. I would go for my walks. I listened to them at work, and I just really like their message. And the advice that they give on this podcast has completely changed my life. These guys talk a lot about reverse dieting, which is actually the same as bulking. And it wasn't until I started listening to this podcast that I put those things together. I've been on this fitness journey for 20 years, and I never put together the bulking and reverse dieting as being the same thing. So I was skeptical, but I decided what I've been doing hasn't been working, so I put it to the test. So the first thing that I have changed in my life in order to start burning body fat and living a more healthy, happier life is I upped my protein. Like I said, I was skeptical, but after tracking my food, I realized I was not eating near enough protein. Now, the guys at MindPump would tell me that my protein's still too low for what I'm hoping to accomplish, which is to pack on some muscle and burn some body fat. But right now I'm shooting for about 100 grams of protein a day. And when I stop seeing progress, then I will nudge that protein up a little bit and see how that affects my body. But right now, 100 grams of protein is a really happy goal for me, and I'm seeing progress. So that's what I aim for. And I do that by eating a couple eggs and turkey bacon in the morning. I snack on things like nuts, cheese, and jerky. I also snack on fruits and vegetables as well. For lunch, I'm doing things like chicken salad or tuna salad. And then it's pretty easy to get in a healthy serving of protein at night, because that's usually when I have another larger portion of meat. Needless to say, upping my protein has been a complete game changer, because not only is it kind of forcing me to increase my calories, but I feel better. I'm not starving myself, and I've been packing on muscle because I'm giving my muscles what they need in order to thrive and build from what I'm doing in the gym. So as you pack on that muscle, you're going to naturally burn that body fat. So tip number one is to up my protein. I can't tell you how much protein you should eat. I'm not a nutritionist or a personal trainer, but there are so many calculators, there are so many algorithms that you can check out on Google. I just aimed for 100, and that seems to be really happy for me. But I guarantee upping your protein, no matter what, will make you feel better and help you achieve goals in the beginning. The second thing is that I'm focusing on strength. So instead of spending 45 minutes on a cardio machine, I'm spending 30 minutes at the squat rack, or I'm spending 30 minutes doing those power lifts like squatting, rows, deadlifts. And I'm focusing on building strength, because building strength is what is going to build that muscle. Building muscle is what is going to help us naturally burn more body fat when we're at rest. And I gotta say, I was really skeptical about this because I haven't been leaving the gym feeling exhausted. I haven't been spending as much time in the gym as I used to when I would do hours and hours of cardio. But I am so much happier with the results. Now, I will say that I still leave time for running. Sometimes I run on the treadmill, sometimes I run outside, because I genuinely enjoy the activity of running. But I'm not running near as much as I used to, and the majority of the time I'm spending in the gym, I am focusing on lifting, and I'm lifting for strength. The other portion of the time in the gym, I'm focusing on mobility and stretching, because I'm in this for the long haul, guys. This isn't a short-term operation. My third tip is how I have been tracking my progress. Now, I admit that I still hop on the scale, but I used to be addicted to weighing myself on the scale, and I wish I had the self-control to just throw my scale away, because the number on the scale means nothing to me. The more important metrics to me are the inches around my waist, my chest, and my legs, as well as my body fat percentage. And one thing I was noticing is that I was feeling better, I was lifting more in the gym, but the scale wasn't budging as much as I wanted it to. But I stuck with it, and then all of a sudden, kind of magically, I lost 1.5 inches off my waist. My body fat went down, my muscle went up, and almost like magic, the number on the scale went in the direction I wanted it to. The other super motivating thing that happened when I went in to check my body fat is that my BMR, my basal metabolic rate, which is the number of calories that I need to consume in order to maintain, that went up. So all of the numbers are going in the direction I wanted, and all of these tweaks have been kind of what we've always been told we shouldn't do. I'm eating more and I'm losing body fat. I'm running less, I'm burning body fat. I'm focusing less on the scale and I'm burning body fat. It's like magic, and I can't believe it's taken me so long to learn this lesson. But luckily, I am young enough that I can put this into practice and be in the best shape of my life in my late 30s, and strive to be in the best shape of my life in my 40s. And I can carry this on and teach these lessons to my sons, so that they know how important it is to eat your protein and eat all your food, and how important it is, yes, to stay active, but to focus on being strong. And the last thing I'm doing is that if I feel like I'm slipping back into some old habits, or if the numbers didn't move the right direction for 2 weeks in a row, I'm going back to tracking my food. And all that really helps me with is to be mindful of what I'm eating. And a lot of times the mindfulness is half the battle. I treat tracking my food as kind of a reset button. I don't go on a diet, I don't cut my calories, but for some reason it feels like tracking my food almost helps me restrict some calories naturally, because it makes me aware of what I'm eating and what I don't necessarily want to be putting into my body if I'm trying to achieve a goal that is more fitness, nutrition, and health related. If you've enjoyed today's video, then please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. For those of you that have been sticking it out while I have been dealing with some technical issues, I appreciate you. There is more great content. We have some big changes coming up, and I can't wait to share it all with you. So thanks again for all your support, and I really hope to see you next time.